the last 3 months, because of COVID-19, schools have been shut. I hope that these materials that we present today will be beneficial to students in their final year of secondary or high school.
Hi viewers, welcome to this learning section on this platform. Today we'll be talking on a topic called cause of motion, and that is force. At the end of this lesson, we expect that students will understand what force is all about, what force is meant, and the types of forces and examples of those types of forces, which are contact force and field force. Now let's talk about force. We've considered motion of a body without considering what makes it to move from its rest or to change its state of direction when it's observing a uniform motion. We say such an agent that changes or tends to change the state of rest or uniform motion of a body is called what? Force. An agent that changes the state or the state of rest or the uniform motion of a body. We call it, we say that agent is called force. Now let's talk about the types of forces. We have two types of forces. We have contact force and field force. From the description here, you understand that contact force means it has to be with contact. Or field talks about a region of space where that force is being felt. Now let's talk about contact force. We said contact force, or rather contact forces, are forces which are in contact, as I said earlier on, and in touch with the body to which they are applied. And examples of these forces are the force of push and pull. For you to push an object, there has to be contact. For you to pull an object, there has to be contact. And the force of tension, reaction, and frictional force. All those forces are what? Contact force. Why? Because they have to be in contact with the body in which they are being felt or applied. Talking about field force, we said field forces are forces whose sources do not require the contact with the body to which they have been applied. For example, we have gravitational force. If you disobey the law of gravity, what happens? You break your neck. When you throw an object, or what happens is experience a gravitational force. In other words, there's an invisible, there's rather no contact with the body to which what they apply. Another example is electrical force, and magnetic force. Gravitational force, the force with which the earth attracts objects to its center, and electrostatic force or electrical force is the force between charged bodies. Magnetic forces, they exist around the bar magnet and the current carrying conductor. We believe you'll be able to understand what force is, the types of forces, and the examples of those forces. Here's a little assignment to just act as a function of a reinforcement of what you just learned. List and explain the three examples of field forces. Three examples of field forces. We believe you'll be able to get something out of this lesson, and thank you for your time, and hope to see you in the next lesson.